Dude, how am I on Hype Train 3? I just sat down. I like walked away to film a little like, hey, I'm live now sort of thing. And then I came back to this. Hello everyone, how's it going? Happy Monday. If you like Mondays, if you like Mondays, what the fuck are you doing here, dude? This is a Monday hater zone. Good to see you guys. How are you? Oh my god. We have so many, wait, Lucas says I've been sub for 8 months. Does this mean I gotta eat a DH celebrate? Hashtag Team Crunch. Don't, please. I mean, dude, I've seen some like sharp looking D8s, some like little shard ones that are pretty intense, so maybe don't do that. Why is my camera so zoomed out? Hold on, let's do a little bit of this, because you guys are seeing like nothing here. Hold on. How about that? Also, why is my forehead so fucking shiny? This is what happens when you have good skincare, is you get punished by the oil gods for wearing sunscreen and making everything look so much worse. Akoto says happy Monday. I felt bad saying that. Yeah, well. Thanks so much, you guys, for being here. Welcome in, welcome in. Let me get the live stream up and going over on the other platforms here. But as you might have noticed, we have some new assets on the stream. We have a couple of new bits and bobs. Let me show you guys so the chat, obviously, in this corner. It's looking a little different, right? I have it's part of my actual brand. If you didn't know, I have a proper brand now, including brand colors and all that. And that is a brand font. Holy shit, that's a thing. So if you notice a little bit of a change, chat has gotten smaller, which means I can gesture to you guys over here because it's not covered up. How crazy is that? I can do this. Hi, Cash, welcome in. Good to see you. Oh my god, okay, let me get all the new subscribers on the board. What should I call you guys? Today's stream is to help me raise money so I can pay for the $700 worth of eye care I had to have last week, which is, they came in after, you remember how I didn't have stream last week because I got my eyes dilated? They came back and they were like, yeah, you're blind as fuck, even more than we thought. Give us $700, please, for glasses and contacts. Turns out my insurance only covers half of that, by the way. It's either glasses or contacts, not both. And my doctor was like, oh, why haven't you updated your glasses prescription in like 3 years? Why is it so old? And I'm like, because you bitches charge me $400 for it every time. I'm not gonna update it. I'd rather be blind. I never wear glasses. Are you kidding me? Are you fucking with me? So I did end up getting them though, because the discrepancy is really big now and I can't actually drive comfortably with my with just my glasses anymore. So I got my glasses up to date and I got new contacts and it's like $700 total. So, but people are still fundraising for Blizz, by the way. That hasn't gone away. That has been moved over to Project Medusa's channel, which has just started a series of fundraisers happening basically every weekend. They're doing some actual plays. It's specifically TTRPG focused, so if you're here, you'll love it. Let me do this. Shout out Project Medusa TTRPG, I think it is. Oh, nope. Hold on, I spelled it wrong. My nails have gotten long enough that I can't type properly. Project Medusa TTRPG. There we go. I hope that was the right one. It was the right one. Okay, so go check out Project Medusa's channel. They're continuing the push for Blizz's fundraising. In the meantime, let me get my board name is Iconic Supporters. That's a good one. Oh shit. Okay. Iconic Supporters. Thank you so much for your support, by the way, you guys. It really does help a lot. I love you all to death. Let me do a little squiggle here. And then let me draw an eye real fast. Boop, boop. I'm gonna make it a cute eye. I'm gonna do like the little two shiny bits here. And then, no, that's it. I'm gonna leave it. I feel like if I touch it, I'm just gonna make it so much worse. Cashcal, thank you so much for the raid. Saying Cashcal raid sub bomb. This is off to a start. This is off to a start. Let me get all the subs on the board. I'm gonna go in order as best I can. First of all, we had, oh my god, this is so many. Okay, starting from Zach Nefane, who was here 9 minutes ago. Thank you so much. By the way, how do you guys do your Z's? Uppercase Z's always look like this to me, because otherwise I can't really tell them apart as easily from lowercase Z's. Same with like, I don't know. Same with like sevens, where I do 7 like this as opposed to like without it. Oh no. Oh god. I forgot this is an Amazon Basics marker. Fuck. H2 says hopefully not death. I'm not dead yet. Oh, and also, Itolvi says you've been iconed with that $700. Is it supposed to be less? Granted, my prescription's fucking intense. I also have to have better contacts that won't make my eyes red because my eyes are fucking sensitive to that shit, I guess. Very vascularized eyes. Look at me. And also my prescription is so thick that so big that the lenses are insanely thick. So we have to do that thing where you get them all thinned out. I forget what it's called. It's called like high index or something. Anyway, Mr. Max Taylor's version, welcome back for your 14th month as well. Let me get you on the board. Mr. Max Taylor's version. version. I know that apostrophe isn't actually there. I'm gonna get rid of that. And then after that, we had DBCU Vegan Sins, who cheered 100 bits, but DBCU's having been subscribed for 24 months, 2 whole years. That's amazing. Let me get you on the board as well. I feel like I'm gonna run out of space. This is probably a bad idea to write this big. I'm gonna write smaller. Nodster is here as well for 13 months. Lucky number 13. Welcome back, Nodster. And then we also had Muriak, who says, holy D20, I've been here for a year. Welcome in. Is anyone else on their 1 year mark? It's crazy to think that I've been streaming for that long. Oh my God. Draconic Storyteller gifted 5 subs. Oh my God. Okay, wait. The Draconic Storyteller times 5. Thank you so much for helping out the community with the gifted subs, by the way. That means a lot to me. Okay, we also had Vegan Sense who cheered another 100 bits. Thank you so much. Chrissy is cool is followed. We also had Lukage, who is back once again, not eating D20s, D8s. Don't do it. I can't condone that. The crunch is very satisfying. I gotta show you guys this one gemstone I have that's cut like a D8, that like double diamond pattern. It's really fucking cool. It's very cool. I don't know what kind of stone it is. I'm not that smart. Cash Cal had raided, and then we had HT, who's back for 9 months. I'm never gonna get caught up. Hold on. I'm speeding up. HT, back for the 9th month. Welcome back. Iron Joker, hello! Hi, welcome back. Thank you so much for the sub as well. You guys are the best. Oh my God. So yeah, if you're a sub, don't forget to use your emotes, because I'm very proud of those. Flying Minister cheered 200 bits. Bob McSnizzle gave 5 community gifted subs. Oh my God. Okay, hold on. Bob McSnizzle, which sounds like a McDonald's item menu, for 5 gifted subs. A little circle for you there, friend. Akoto Garu, who resubbed with Prime. Thank you so much for using your Prime sub on me. Oh my goodness, I feel so special. Akoto, here you are. Garu. And then, I'm catching up. Okay, Christoph is back on a 50th stream in a row. Deethan has been back for over a year. Hey, Deethan, welcome back. Oh my God, welcome back for your 13th month. Deethan TW, and then we also had Incomplete. Hi, that is an amazing username. Holy shit. Welcome back for your 4th month at tier 1. I'll add you in over here. Is it PL underscore? I really want to get this like biblically accurate. Yeah, PL underscore T3. Really good username. We also had Phoenix 357, who was back for 8 months. Here we go. Is it PHENICX357? Guys, entertain yourselves while I do all this writing. Vegan Sins is here for with 10 bits, saying 10 is all I got left. Thank you so much for the 10 bits, though. And then Dendrandra has resubbed. Welcome back for your 22nd month, but 24th overall. Having resubscribed. Okay, wait, hold on. I'm finally able to pronounce it right. Holy shit. Lance Hildebrand has followed. Flying Minister is back. Thank you so much for the sub with Prime Minister. May God be with you or whatever. Flying Minister, good to have you. And then we got JD Justice 50. Welcome back. Neuro Dad Virgint. Hey, thank you so much for the sub, friend. Good to see you. Neuro Dad Virgint is also a really solid username. Would be a great book series too. A wild little fanfic there. If what's her fuck was actually, she just had ADHD and that's why she was able to do all of the tests or whatever. Cash Cow had gifted 5 community subs. Thank you so much, Cash Cow. I'll put your name down here so you have enough space. That is super sweet of you. Our lovely mod, our lovely raider of the day, times 5. There we go. And then there's our hype train at level 6 where we last left off. Same with Noodle Goose who popped in. Thank you so much for the follow. And Lukage suggested a poll to get us going, saying, what is the best main ingredient in fajitas to celebrate National Fajita Day? Is it actually National Fajita Day? Wait, hold on. Where's my Firefox? There we go. National Fajita Day. Is this gonna do the thing where it's like type in your, yeah, it's making me do a CAPTCHA because there's so much shit coming out of my computer right now during stream. Give me like 2 seconds to click on all the traffic lights and then I'll show you guys some pictures of food if you're good. Everyone settle down, the fajitas are coming. I feel like I should add like a sizzle sound effect to stream so that way, oh God, why is this on light mode? So that way we can have the full immersive experience. But we can absolutely toss that poll out there. Also, Dragmane says, Well, at least I have an interview on Wednesday. Hey, that's solid! Oh my god, amazing, congrats. Also, Nazir says, any up and coming actual plays for us to look forward to? Are people planning Christmas games already? No, but they should be. I'm a firm believer in the fact that holiday one-shots have to be planned so fucking far ahead of time because they're so in demand. But what are you gonna do? You know, I still get people inviting me to things. Wait, hold on. Arathorn says, imagine pronouncing fajitas wrong. Oh god, I didn't pronounce fajitas wrong, did I? I would never. My culture. But let's see. We have fajitas at home, says HT. Nah, look at these things. Can I come out and say, real fast, that I am actually, I'm not a huge fan of fajitas. It's not really my thing. It's just like too much veggie, dude, you know? And I've never been known to do anything healthy. Also, Deethan wants me to do improvised lore. Yeah, I could do that. I could do either world building lore, storytelling lore, and I forget the third one. The Deck of Worlds. Yeah, I guess it's just lore? General lore. So you do want a story, do you want world building, or do you want general lore? I suppose Ethan says, give me a fajita monster. Also, Velok Scripture says, I can never order fajitas at restaurants because I feel bad that the server has to carry around a sizzling platter. It's just a hazard, man. Oh my god, yeah, can you imagine, like... Hold on. Oh wait, hold on. Ethan says, for the actual improvised lore, you want a fajita monster? Oh shit, okay. I'm not good at monsters. I can imagine though that it would be something along the lines of like, oh god, not an ooze, but almost like a fajita, like a fajita golem, if that makes sense. And I know that's really easy. Crazy Krem says BBG creator. As in, am I the BBG or am I creating one? Because like, yes to both, either way. That was the wrong button. There we go. Lucas says a fajita monster for her is apparently one with lots of veggies. Yeah, I mean, like, okay, but also what's the binding ingredient here? What do fajitas actually have? Are you allowed to have cheese in your fajitas? None of these look like they have cheese. But I imagine it would be almost like the same way that you see like those paper golems around in like libraries and magical colleges and things like that, where it's just a hurricane of paper that can hurt you some fucking how. Paper cuts, I guess. It's like that, but it does heat damage. And also, oh my god, Cash Cow, thanks for the 10 gifted subs. Ah, thank you. Holy shit. Ethan says you're the lore boss. If it's bound by cheese, that's up to you. I don't know. I don't want to like disrespect my own culture here. She says a fajita rat king. Yeah. If you guys don't know what a rat king is, it's essentially like it's a fantasy monster where you have a bunch of rats and their tails are all tied together, and then that is considered a rat king. So it's like that, but for fajitas, where it's like a cloud of just like hot, sizzling stuff, and all you hear as it comes towards you is like the sizzling sound, and you're like, oh shit, is my order here? And your order just like kicks down the door and starts ruining the restaurant. Veloxcure just says sizzling fajita golem would be terrifying. And it does like heat damage to you, it has the potential to burn you, and it's like, it's organic still. So, oh my god. Okay, what if you had like a meat cleaver as your weapon, and it was like vulnerable to specifically slashing damage, but it was resistant to piercing damage and resistant to like almost everything else, right? But slashing damage specifically would be really fucking cool. RGV Dick says a fajita construct that deals fire damage. Constitution saves to withstand the spice. Yeah, oh my god, if it gets in your eyes. Anyway, Cash Cow, thank you so much for the gifted subs to the community. I'll up your number to a 15. In fact, I'll give you another little circle as well. That's really sweet of you. And we're up to, oh my god, we're up to Hype Train level 8, you guys. Holy shit. Cash Cow said, are they blind mice? Also, Lucas says, food polls inspired many questions and deliberations. Thank you all for the routine food detail. Derail, not detail. I know what's happening here. Also, Crooked Rook says, fantasy monster, the Rat King was a real phenomenon. It was feared and considered a foul omen in medieval times. Are you serious? Like, that was an actual thing? Hold on. We're going away from fajitas for a sec. A rat king? Oh my god, this is an actual, like... Biologist explains creepy phenomenon. A rat king refers to rats whose tails have... Get out of here. Reject. Okay, there we go. Rat king refers to rats whose tails have become tangled together. It's a rare and gruesome phenomenon that does occur in nature. Holy shit! How does rat king form? It almost exclusively occurs among black rats. Well, why they gotta be black? Which have particularly long, thin, and prehensile tails. Oh. In tight nested burrows, they touch, well, oh Oh my god. Oh my god. The rat's tails can touch while crawling or climbing, reflexively entwining. And if an attempt to escape is made, the cluster tightens. The knot is so tight that the animals can no longer separate from each other. This often happens a lot in winter. Oh shit. It originates from, the term Rat King originates from a German-speaking world. This is so interesting. Finding a Rat King was considered a bad omen, a harbinger of disease, death, and especially the plague. Which, you know, of course, makes sense. A high rat density can indicate poor sanitary conditions, which increase the risk of epidemic diseases. The Rat King was therefore viewed with suspicion and fear, and it was demonized in literature. Oh shit, so that's why things like the Pied Piper was a thing. Oh, the rats can survive though? That is crazy. I had no idea this was a real thing. Deethan says they exist today and they have preserved ones. Drakabane says some people made them, but they can occur naturally due to pollution. Kashkov said, why would they be called a Rat King? Well, first of all, you know, everyone's gotta have a king. They actually, it's a rat president. They vote him in. Red Thought says also the rat feces make it sticky. And Bob McStizzle says, does it have a stat block? I have seen Rat King stat blocks. Hold on. Rat King TTRPG? Maybe there's Rat King Productions, an old school British RPG named Rat King. Become a gutter punk in a dangerous world, scrape together. Oh, it's kind of like Homeless Simulator, but for, but in ye old times. There's gotta be, hold on, Rat King stat block. I swear I've seen one. So people have homebrewed it, but these are like actual proper rats. I feel like I would have seen it in... Fuck, what was it? I've definitely played a giant rat as a GM before, but Kashkal said maybe it's a rat czar. It's a rat pope, actually. He was divinely chosen. Also, Crazy Graham says, speaking of rats, have you ever played the Plague Tale games? Very inspiring for TTRPG stuff. I haven't personally, but I know that they have some crazy monsters, right? Plague Tale monsters? A Plague Tale. Oh, sorry. Close enough. Deethan says, okay, someone needs to do another lore redeem. We need a Rat King world. I cannot. Oh shit, who's this? Oh my god. What is this? There's a rat. Oh, it's like a little plague monster. Oh, I kind of love it. Holy shit. Is this in the game? This is completely separate from the game, isn't it? Okay. This is one from the actual game. It looks like a dog. It looks friend-shaped, actually. She says, where Rat King? Also, her GV says Rat King in a fajita. Oh god, do people have recipes using rat meat? That's something I don't think I should look up. I feel like that's probably a bad idea. Lucas says, were those rat butt spores? They looked like it, right? It kind of reminds me, I mean, it also looks like intestines a little bit. Like, it's got a mane. It's given Rhodesian Ridgeback. And then it's got like, I guess some sort of membrane, but these are definitely spore clusters. I'm confused as to what the fuck happened to make it have spider legs though. Like this makes no sense. Improv GM says it looks like he crapped his brains out. Also, Cash Cow said Demolition Man had rat burgers. Oh god. Also, RG says, just calling me RG is fine. Solid. Also, hi, Bearholt. How's it going? It even says, okay, someone needs to do... Oh, yeah, I read that already. Do you guys want to see something cool that I got? Okay. In my defense, I got lured into Magic the Gathering. If you want to hear the story behind that, I posted it as a members-only post on YouTube, so you can go see that. It's just short form. The short version is that I got looped into playing Magic the Gathering, and now I'm a Magic the Gathering girly, which means I had to start collecting cards, and you have to. It comes with the territory, and as part of that, I got the chance. I looked around on Etsy, and I was like, I need a binder for these amazing cards that I have, and I got one that is a fucking soft, like this is plush, a plush leather binder that is engraved with like my actual logo and stuff on it, and so it's got. Look at this. Crazy Crab says, welcome to the addiction. And also SSA says, don't do it. It's a trap. I'm too late. I'm already here. And mind you, I'm not good. Yeah, they're for the magic cards. So it was by, oh god, I think it was like Joya Creations or something like that. Did a proper, like, I full on sent this man just like the template for I didn't have a transparent version, but the template for my pattern and then my logo, and I was like, can you mush this together into something? And he came in again like an hour later in my inbox and said, yeah, is this good? And I was like, yeah, this is perfect. Are you kidding me? This is amazing. He put this together himself and etched it in, and it already comes with like the sleeves and everything. I don't have many cards, so I don't have a lot in here, but I collected some from the ones that like you guys gave me that I thought were really pretty. So I can pull them out. Universe Fall says, wait, you play Magic now? Did I miss something? Dude, fucking Gen Con got me. I've been dragged into the hobby kicking and screaming because I've had people give me cards two or three separate times now over the course of like, especially Gen Con recently. Also, hi, Beakyb, Jay Porty, and then DM by choice. Welcome in. I also had a Hydrate that I missed. I am so sorry. Bearholtz wants me to drink. Either way. ERT says, hey, Diana, Evan and I discovered you through scrolling PAX's website. You're very fun to watch. Oh my god, thank you so much. Yeah, am I a special guest on their website? Hold on. Am I supposed to? PAX West. Here's the thing about PAX, right? Is as soon as you get a special guest badge, they throw you on their like guest list, which makes me seem so much fancier than I actually am. This is really just a list of everyone who has the fancy badge and is on a panel. And so let me know if you recognize any of these people. I don't recognize any of them. I don't. Granted, PAX West is also video. Oh, I know Chris. I didn't know he's gonna be there. I guess that makes sense. I love how they listed him for Dungeons and Dragons too. But let's see. Oh yeah, here we go. I do recognize some of these friends. And then there's me. God, I need a new headshot. Jesus fuck. But yeah, Games Done Quick is back. Jasmine is back. We love Jasmine. Jeremy Crawford, of course. Yeah, there's a lot of a decent amount of people here. I feel like I should see more. Where are all the people I'm on panels with? Are they not here? Oh yeah, Storyteller Squad. There we go. I feel like I definitely have more friends that I'm supposed to be on panels with that should be on this list, but oh well, I'm here. How cool is that? Anyway, Dan Olson. Who's Dan Olson? Hold on. Ben Starr. Oh, Ben Starr is gonna be here. Holy shit. Oh, and Iffy. Did this just get updated? Did I blink? What the fuck? Or was it just loading? Am I crazy? Did I miss those two? Oh, whoops. Dan Olson is folding ideas on YouTube. Also, Liam, hi! Guys, I want to say hi to Lab saying, Diana, hope you have a good stream, hon. Guys, this is the amazing editor of Worlds Apart who may or may not have showed up to our first ever guest episode and world built some really fucking cool shit over on Worlds Apart. Everyone, please say hi. She's amazing, a wonderful human being. Luke says, yeah, you confirmed a couple months ago the PAX West guest listing. Ah, solid. Sweet. Also, DM by Choice says hello. Hi! Also, we have Kyler who is here for the first time. Welcome in. And HG says, how old is that headshot? It's 2 years old, at least. The way you can tell with these headshots, right, is I am... Oh, should I look at my own schedule? I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, yeah, and they just pulled this straight off of my bio. Huh, cool. Saturday? I guess that's when my panel is. Oh yeah, Saturday. This is where I'll be if you're going to PAX West, guys. I don't write anything down, so sorry for not seeing that earlier. No one tell the Storyteller Squad. But you can tell it's an old picture from two things. First of all, this was before I learned that I should dye my eyebrows to match the color of my hair. My hair naturally is that dark, like brownish, almost black color, which means that it didn't match the red that I now have. So I started dyeing my eyebrows a little bit more red, just bleaching them essentially. And also the chonkiness of the blonde in the front. Like if you look at my hair now, it's not nearly that much blonde. I thinned it down a lot because it was just so unhealthy. So, you know, that's how you can tell. I've got a couple in this dress too that I specifically took during one single burst of time. I need to get some new ones for sure. Brosidian, hello, saying, can I talk now? Welcome in. Also, FTD Gamers saying, happy Monday. Thank you so much for subbing again. Welcome back for your 10th month with Prime. Ah, how amazing is that? Let me put you in FTD Gamers. Lovely to have ya. Thanks for being here. Cash Cow said, if you want to know how old by how light the hair is and how wide the blonde strip. Oh yeah, that's how you can tell how wide the blonde strip is for sure. How light the hair is, I mean, I guess that's more of a description of how long it's been since I last dyed it, to be honest. Delphi Dreams, hello! And Ethan wants me to breathe. We're good. But yeah, so this is I guess where I'm going to be for PAX West, I'm doing Monsterology 101, and the point of this panel is, this is not supposed to be a plug, by the way. It's going to be me and my friends, especially Annika. We love Annika in this house. And Andy! Andy's going to be here. But yeah, these are my friends, and essentially we are going to be creating a monster that is actually somewhat biologically accurate in real life, and then we're gonna have someone draw it in real time as well. It was super fucking popular last time we did it, so I'm kind of excited to do it again. Kyler, hello, saying what's up, Diana. Good to see you. Notster says a lot less red and no eyebrow color. Basically, it's like embarrassing. But yeah, Notster says it's better than counting the rings. You can tell, like, my new hairstylist also doesn't, like, leaves a little bit of root just as is. My hair also grows kind of fast, so like that's why it looks pretty grown out now. Whoa, look at that bushiness though. Maybe I should do that more often. Anyway, Girl with a Pie wants me to roll a d20, saying to see how my birthday party will go later today, and if I end up getting a pie in the face like last year. Is that why you have the username, or did that come first? Anyway, I could absolutely roll a d20 for you. So we have the Pixels d20 here, which is, come on, camera. This is the Pixels d20. Pixels creates these d20s that are Bluetooth enabled that have LEDs on the inside. They can, I've seen someone put one of these in their water bottle and it was like floating and shit, and you could like, whoop, shake the water bottle around, and then it like made, it like would roll inside the water and things like that. Anyway, it flashes different colors depending on how you roll, so I can do a quick roll for you. A 7. I thought it was a 1. It was a 7. So there's that. Oh, people are bestowing advantage. Hell yeah. Okay, so we have 1 advantage, 1 disadvantage, 1 advantage. So I think we're net advantage. Brendan also wants me to hydrate. I can do that in a sec. Hopefully no pie in the, I mean, do you like the pie in the face? Is it tradition? Like, do we want it or not? The second roll is gonna be a 19. That's so much better. Here we go. Wait, where is it? Camera, please don't embarrass me. There we go. There's the 19. So there's that for you. I hope that's a good thing. I also hope you get a great many presents that are not food related. Lucas says 19 pies in the face. So apparently the cream pies that people get like to the face during, you know, clips or funny bits on old TV or whatever, on old slapstick television, apparently those are just pure cream. I thought they were like actual pie underneath, but it's full on just an empty pie crust with like whipped cream and shit, which seems lazy, at least in my head. But people are saying phrasing. Well. Anyway, what were we doing? Oh, hey, Peter Panda Dance. Thank you so much for the sub, saying it is lazy. Oh my gosh, yeah, the not actually having proper fucking whipped cream. Also, DBCU said shaving cream or whipped cream? Why would they use shaving cream? Is it good for your skin? Is it partially exfoliating? Or is it just like getting 2 things done at one time? Like, can you imagine waking up every morning? I imagine that's how clowns shave, right? Is they just wake up in the morning, they go over to their like razor, they unclip it, and then they just slap themselves in the face with a shaving cream pie, and then very sadly like go about shaving from there. Can you imagine? Oh, Kashka said the shaving cream is better consistency, and G the Mystic says it doesn't spoil. That's true. It wouldn't be a waste. Also, Deepin says, and just being fluff avoids getting hurt. I don't care if I get hurt. I want to have, listen, I would love a solid, like, lemon cream pie. Lemon cream pie. And Peter Panda Dance, thank you so much. Let me add you to the board as well. Welcome to the party. Peter Panda, oh my god, my chair is spinning. Dance, there we go. Ugh. Can you see that okay? Is that, oh no, it's a little bit. Oh yeah, you can kind of see it. Hey, Numel, welcome in. Numel says the fact that you had to clarify. Listen, it's the same reason. There's definitely a clip out there of me like, I'm pretty sure I'm eating a banana or something, and then the scene just shifts to me being like, be right back while I take a bite, and then it comes back. Oh, it's a burrito, actually. Vegan says you need a bigger board. I know, everyone who subscribes goes on the board of iconic supporters to help me pay for my contact lenses. Because the bitch is blind. I found out that I went from, oh, Strange Miniatures. Thank you so much for the resub with Prime as well. Oh my god, hello. HG says punctuation is important. Yeah, it's a cream ... hold for applause pie. Comes with the territory. Strange Miniatures, let me toss you in over here. Thank you so much for being part of the community and for subscribing. subscribing. That helps a ton. Miniatures. There we go. Peter Panadan says, I'm also blind, but I live my life in a blur. Also, Numel says, can't really chill, unfortunately. Instead of going home to work tomorrow, I got stuck because of the Air Canada flight attendant strike. Wait, what is happening? That's the second time I've seen Air Canada mentioned recently. Canada strike. How come other countries can strike appropriately and America can't do shit properly? God damn it. Okay, Air Canada flight attendants union to disobey second back to work order. Oh, prompted the cancellation of about 500,000 customers' flights? Oh, fuck. Refusing to end unlawful strike. Damn, their pay must be terrible. All flights by Air Canada and Air Canada Rouge were canceled until 6 o'clock EDT on Tuesday, or 16 o'clock, sorry, 4 o'clock on Tuesday. Oh. The union said they're normalizing the idea that if you don't like a decision, you can simply ignore it. It's a reckless path that erodes trust in the labor relations system, weakens our global reputation, blah, 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 blah. I'm unclear on who's fighting each other, but that is insane. Red Thought says, "Guns is America." Truly. Numel says, I don't know the details, but I know a lot of it is because they've only actually paid while in the air. Interesting. Oh, that sucks. What the fuck? Yeah, that is insane. That is really fucking wild. Also, Numel says, so I'm hanging with my grandparents who just walked in the door. No worries. Tell your grandparents I said hi. Itachi says, hi, Diana Mods, and everyone in chat. Hello, good to see you. Tethan says, that's a thing here too. Why? Who made these rules? What the fuck? I would just like show up 2 minutes before the flight leaves, because what the fuck are they gonna do? Wander in, sit down, munch on my peanuts. I would show up like 2 minutes before the door closes if that was the case. Oh my god. Think of all the delays, says Ethan. God, yeah. Also, HT says, all the people in my life are blind as fuck. Very happy to not get blind. So, the thing about my eyesight is I went from a negative 5.25 and 4.75 to negative 5.75 at negative 5.25. So in theory, I could move over all of my old unused contacts from my right eye to my left eye and save a little bit of money, but my doctor doesn't like the fact that I had no idea how many contacts I had lying around at the time, so I just went, yeah, give me a year's worth of them. Hit me with a year's worth of contacts. And so yeah, so I'm stuck with that. It wasn't great. On the bright side, the hole isn't getting any worse, so that's good. For those who aren't aware, I have a thing that is like fuck, what do I call it? It's a retinal detachment is essentially what the threat is. Oh goodness, hold on, let me fix my. There we go. Sorry, my YouTube comments weren't showing up for a sec. Paulo says hello. Hi! And Stiff Misfit, hello, hello. Also Painless, hello! Itachi Crows is on a 15th stream in a row. And Painless says, I'm in D&D hell right now, fighting a vampire, but wanted to pop in to support. Hope everyone is doing well. Yeah, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Also, Dr. Norb says, greetings all, in all caps. And HG says, just wear your glasses upside down. So, also, Velox Scripture says, dude, retinal tearing is one of my worst fears. Yeah, it should be. So there's this thing that can happen where it's more common if you have bad eyesight. I have categorically bad eyesight, right? Also, Painless, let me get you on the board for being a subscriber. This is Painless. Thank you for being here, friend. Luke says, Diana's eyeball is basically the famous Junji Ito spiral from Uzumaki. I don't get the reference, but yeah, so essentially in oh god, I forgot which eye it is. I think it's this one. In this, I'm supposed to just keep an eye out for whether or not my eye will spontaneously collapse. It's called retinal detachment, which can happen when there's a hole in your eye and water gets through to the other side. And if you, basically I can't play sports, you know, because if my head gets bonked in a certain way, then it could trigger that disruption of the barrier. And then that will cause my eye to start to almost deflate, right? It tears away. You start seeing a bunch of floaters, like thousands and thousands of floaters out of nowhere. And if you don't go get help, basically that day, depending on how bad it is, up to like 2 or 3 days, then, you know, where they can go and surgically like seal the hole with a laser and then inflate your eye again from the inside, which is a crazy process, then you might lose vision. And even after the surgery goes successfully, you might lose some vision in that eye. So it's not great. It can also happen at a random fucking point in time. So I just kind of have to keep an eye out. And there is a way to like seal the hole ahead of time and just prevent that from happening by like sealing the existing hole. But doing that lowers your vision and makes it even worse. Increases your chance of it coming back down the road, and the surgery itself is fucking awful. People will vomit because of the fucking sensation and smell of their own eye burning, so it's crazy. Roly Poly says keep an eye out. God damn it. Also, Beth, hi! Guys, everyone say hi to Sir Pfeffers, who is here having resubbed for, oh my god, you've been a sub for 24 months now. Holy shit, welcome back, friend. And Christoph says keep an eye out for your eye. Essentially, yeah. Sir Pfeffers, let me add you to the board. Sir Pfeffers. I hope the new campaign's going well, or will go well. And then also Radier Rich says, how are you? Hi, I'm good. Charles says, I was about to scroll and you were talking about a hole in your eye. What the fuck? It's actually quite a common thing. And if you have bad eyesight too, hole in retina. Trigger warning for eye stuff, by the way. If you have bad eyesight, then it's more common and more likely that your eye will just shrink up. Come on, Firefox. I guess I don't need all these tabs about Rat Kings. Here we go. So yeah, this is what it looks like, a macular hole. And then at some point, it'll just let shit through, and then your eye will deflate, which ain't great. Paladin says I have a hole in my eye. It's other than the normal eye. Also, JD Justice says I got surgery to keep my retina from detaching, and I lost a good bit of my peripheral vision in the eye, but otherwise reduced the probability from 90% to 10%. That's not bad. How was the surgery for you though? Was it like weird? Because I've heard tales of people vomiting because of it and things like that. Also, Harm, hello. Thank you so much for the follow. Same with Stiffness Bit. I think I said hi already, but hello again. Adam Fletcher says, my Hexblade finally killed Ball and his patron. I am now the patron. Just want to say thank you all for listening. Ah, that's wonderful. Also, Cryogenic says, oh my god, I actually managed to catch your stream at Go Team Cleric. Do we have like a favorite class? I've never actually polled you guys on what your favorite class is, have I? Oh man. Also, Juggernaut Nate has some family stuff, but just wanted to say hi. Hi, hello. Also, Roly Poly says all these eye puns are so corny. God fucking damn it. But Mr. Max says Rogue and Druid. The two right choices, honestly. Druid is so great. I wish they would put out cooler subclasses for Druid. I like the ones that they have, but like no one uses Wildfire Druid because you don't get Fireball, and that seems like, I get why. But man. Also, Okoto says Tempest Cleric, first class that I finished a campaign with. Hey, that's awesome. God, I don't see a lot of Tempest Clerics. Numel says Warlock. Cash Cow said Wizard with bits. So there are a lot of Wizard maids in this chat. I don't know where it came from. I feel like choosing a like preferred class in D&D, or what you would actually be, is the rough equivalent to choosing like your Hogwarts house. Except without the transphobia. So Fef says I have 2 Wildfire Druids. Oh shit. I mean, it's good story-wise, especially if you think about the concept of like the ecological impact of fires, I guess. I was about to get so nerdy, I had to hold back. Fef says they got Investiture of Flame. Ooh. Also, JD Justice says everything was purple in that eye for a few days. Purple is so fascinating. Holy shit. Oh, that's kind of scary. Also, Numel says there's no eye in team, but there's 5 eyes, and I don't care how big the room is, I cast Fireball. I have a shirt that says that. But Mr. Max says, I made 3 druids, and Melee Druid is fun. They have new, like, martial druid abilities nowadays, too, in the 5.24 edition, which is really fucking sick. I was looking at it, and it seems a little bit easier to build a druid in that sort of sense. Beth says such a fun spell, but I digress. Also, Bristidian says Munger Rager. Numel says you're probably where I heard it. I believe it. Anyway, let me give a quick shout out to Fef while he's here, by the way. Shout out Sir Pfeffers without the underscore. Looks like you got rid of it. Ah, I have to wait. Oh, someone else already did it. Amazing. Thanks, chat. Miriak also says, I've been in college in California. I would have been so happy if you went into a rant about the fire ecology here on the West Coast. I don't know a lot about the fire ecology. I know less than most people. DBC said Druid and then Warlock or Bard or Monk. That's like half of them. What do you mean? But Druid, I'm glad Druid's up at the top. People are saying, I love the Circle of Dragons Druid. Someone said Changeling Druid is really good. Cryogenic says, I'm playing Life Domain because people need healing. Okay, are people... I love clerics, and I love the fact that they are honestly one of the most powerful classes in the game if they scale properly. And I mostly love that because otherwise no one would go for the healer support class. At least I wouldn't personally, but there are some like forge clerics and like shit like that that can honestly destroy on the battlefield. Crazy Creme says tied for sorcerer and paladin. That's pretty solid. Sorkadin is a very common one, especially because they're both charisma classes, so I hear that that's a really common multi-class. Christoph says, I've never got to play, but I like barbarians. That's a not common choice. I want more barbarians in the world, honestly. Someone else said Goblin Artificer. Yeah, I haven't actually looked at the Artificer stuff Oh, I'm not gonna be able to log in my D&D Beyond, am I? I'll look at it later. I was gonna say, I've never looked at the Artificer stuff on like a proper, I guess, high level. But also, Artificer is really handy as a support class, and people don't talk about it enough. Circle of Spores Druid is a good one. There's so much room to be a fun guy, says Velox Scripter. I love Circle of Spores. I want more ability. It's like that and Circle of Blight Druid. Oh my god, they're so fucking cool. Also, Mr. Mile High says they're nerfing our Artificer Capstone, though. Oh, really? And Lucas says Artificers are like bards. They're not good at a single specific thing. I get that. Cryogenic says Forge Cleric sounds cool, but I've never been able to play. I've been DMing for so many years. Oh, I see. And Firebird says, I always used to make fighters, but the party needed a sneaky boy. So I have a rogue that I'm having quite a bit of fun with. Actually, I think that campaign is tomorrow. Hey, that's awesome. Hell yeah. Arathorn says, I wish they finished the Phoenix Bloodline Sorcerer from the Unearthed Arcana. I haven't looked at the Unearthed Arcana in a while. Arcana. The playtest materials. What's the most recent one? Player's Handbook Test 1, Test 5. Arcane subclasses. Wait, horror subclasses? Oh, I have to be signed in to get it. Shit. Oh, but this is the playtest. Can I like actually look at... Damn it. Fuck. That's fine. I didn't want to look at it anyway. DBC said, as in Druid is the goal, but the other three are if the party needs a specific fit. I rarely venture out beyond those 4. Yeah, I haven't heard many monk mains. Are there any monk mains in the chat? Also, Daniel said, I just want to play the party's pet fairy dragon. I think there is a lot of room for people to be able to play familiars and do familiar-based campaigns, and we just haven't touched on it that much. But like, especially with the way that Tasha's integrates, oh, I reached over here because I was about to grab the book. Tasha's is over there now, my copy of it, but there is a way to make it, oh, Fev says Cloudy Cape means monk? Oh, hell yeah. There's a way to make it so that using the Tasha's rules, you can level up as a familiar and have your own like class as a familiar. And I feel like that would be really easy to adapt into an all familiars campaign. Kind of like that one Pokemon game where you can play as the Pokemon, you know, or whatever. Notzer says you can always log in on your personal browser. I could, I don't want to share that though. Also, RG says Proud Monk Main. Oh my god, 2024 made me so happy. Ah, that's great. And Notzer says, it's okay, Diana, it's your fire fake. HC says they don't talk about artificers. I thought that was Bruno. I've never seen a high level artificer and I want to see more of them. Oh yes, DBCU said Pokemon Unite was the MOBA or Mystery Dungeon. Mystery Dungeon was the one I was thinking of because they were like, you got to have the little bandanas, right? Also, Lucas says the only ranger I'll play is the last Baldur's Gate 3 patch for Swarmkeeper just so I can have all the bees. The bees! Also, Yearbud Dang, welcome in, saying, ooh, new chat overlay? Yeah, you guys are down here now. Look at you. I'm poking at chat. It's good to see you guys. I kind of also, this doesn't really have much of a purpose. It's just a smaller chat window that doesn't take up half my screen. I don't know if I kind of like it because it matches the vibe and the, if you look at like the, let's see, non-gaming screen share one, that also has a bunch of new colors. I have a new frame as well for my little webcam here. It's been wonderful, so it's a lot of fun. I like it. Same with the gameplay one. I'm not playing a game right now, but I switched it on everything. The only thing I haven't changed is the mobile version of the stream. I still need to do that. It's my task for tomorrow. But Yearbud Dave, thank you so much for the sub. Let me toss you in down here underneath the Kodo. Day. Lovely to have you. Welcome back. Let's see. Crooked Rook is here. Hello, hello. DBC, you said it frees up space to flip us off. Yeah, I can just do... I can't twist my arm that way. There we go. Because I couldn't do that before. Also, Lucas says, at least you kept the red dot. Now you can't unsee it, chat. Yeah, I'm so sorry. The red dot is not going away. I don't know what to do with it. If I sit over here, at least, it kind of like blends in with the blush. But I don't know what happened. It just showed up someday. I couldn't even trace when it did. But you guys pointed it out, and I was like, what the fuck? And then I tried to clean it off, and then it didn't clean off. So I think it's just part of the setup now. Bright Eve says, been a while since I was able to watch your stream, but the plant aesthetic is always such a vibe. Yeah, thank you. So I actually... Let me move this. Oh, you guys aren't gonna be able to see it, are you? No, so the plant that I had behind me was actually moved out of the water and into a proper pot. So we'll see if it takes. I don't 100% trust the potting soil I have, but it's fine. Lucas says the red dot is your familiar. Dude, yeah, it reminds me of the ones in the, what is it, Quandrix School of Strixhaven, where they have like basically a fractal familiar. It's really fucking cool looking. Also, Nostra says it's not, it's how you know that she's not AI. True! Nostra says when the red dot goes, we'll know she's been replaced. Yeah! This is how you know it's the real Diana talking. Ask me a question only the real Diana would know. Also, Kashgal said, where are you hiding the bodies of the dead plants? That's not... Ask me a different question that only Diana would know. They're in the trash. We don't even have compost around here, which is absurd for a complex that is in the middle of Central Oregon, by the way, but, you know. Also, Pepper says the red dot is your patron. Oh, God. A fucking Circle of the Red Dot Druid. A Warlock Pact of the Glitch. A Warlock Pact of the Glitch would be so cool for a modern campaign. Wait, someone write that down. Also, Lex, hi! Guys, everyone say hi to Smallbird Lex. Wonderful human being, fantastic VTuber, amazing artist too, holy shit. Crooked Rook says no compost, start your own compost pile in the laundry room. We have our own laundry, so maybe not there. Fef says I dig it, it gives primordial. Also, Apollo says, how was your day? It was good, you know, not too bad for a Monday. Just kind of chilling. I didn't show you guys my cards, dude. Speaking of fractals and shit, I picked up, so I have a couple Magic the Gathering cards. Not many. I don't keep them for the money. I'm not a trader. I don't know how to trade, so don't worry about the fact that they're not in like proper protection. I just picked out a bunch that I'm not using in a current deck that have pretty art. And so this is Desculpting Blast for the fancy new thing that I got. Dawnheart Rejuvenator is not that special because it comes in the starter set, but Lugage gave me a bunch of starter sets, and so I found this and I was like, what the fuck? This is way too pretty to be in a starter set. And then I found out they're actually in every single one. So Beth says, it's true, Lex is a phenomenal artist. Indeed, indeed. Also, Palpatine's Fist says, hello, Diana Chat. Hope all is well with everyone. Yeah! Showing off magic cards. I like this one because of the stained glass vibe. And then, let's see what else. Oh my god, I love this one. So I do love the Phyrexian things. I don't know what they are, but I like how scary they look sometimes. They're kind of like Transformers, right? I know nothing about this universe, by the way, but I got the Quicksilver Fisher card, which is also from a starter set, so it's also a basic bitch common card, but I like the art for it. I think it's really cool. And then Crazy Stars, are you playing Standard, Commander, a bit of everything? Commander, because I bought a Commander deck. I also like the All Fates scroll. I've always liked this art. I've had it for a while. I think I got it when, yeah, I think it was Lex McQueen who gave me a little guy. And so Lex says hi. Hi! And then DBCU says, widely enough, you could also get an official Magic the Gathering Transformer card. Seriously? Seriously? Can I, listen, if it doesn't have Shia LaBeouf's actual fucking head on it, I don't know if I want that deck. Also, Airthorn says, what decks do you have built? I have a Lathril deck, so a bunch of elves. I also have this Sliver. It's just a token, but I think it's cute. I like the little guy. I really like Slivers. I do want to build a Sliver deck, even though I know people almost universally hate them. Let's see, Banishing Light is also really cool. I only have like 2 more of these, I promise. There's not that many in here, because I haven't started collecting all that much yet. I'm hoping to get more, but I really like the art for this one. Actual Cannibal Shia LaBeouf, says Lukage. Also, HC says, dude, I love Yu-Gi-Oh! I heard about a Yu-Gi-Oh! Card. So this is the dumbest little clip that came up on my For You page, by the way. Also, here's a Fire Crystal, or a Fire Diamond. This is from the Baldur's Gate expansion. I have a couple of these, like, because one of you guys sent them to me. It was like a Baldur's Gate 3, or a Baldur's Gate expansion deck, and I have a, like, fancy collectible... Fuck, what's her name? The Githyanki. Lae'zel. I don't know how I forgot her name. Jesus fuck. I have like a fancy Lae'zel card. And then I just like this little like art here. I feel like this is giving Bob Ross painting vibes, you know? Cash says, I once played in a game with someone who played a deck of Slivers. Afterwards, I slapped my mom and told her never again. Also, Palpatine's Fist says, so Phyrexians, lore-wise, are an extra-dimensional species, and the entire theme behind them is essentially steampunk-inspired living corrupting ooze. I like that. I think that's cool. It's like either a Sliver deck or like an Angels Vampires deck, but I know I haven't seen too many of those that work well, so I don't know. Also, oh shit, Firebird says, just dropped a reminder for Pact of the Glitch on one of your community posts as a reminder. Thank you. Yeah, I feel like a Pact of the Glitch would be really cool for a modern setting. This is gonna be one of those things that I inevitably put into a compilation video of like, hey, this would be a really cool subclass, and then I do absolutely fucking nothing with it, and then I just hope that someone goes off and actually builds it out in actual mechanics and shit like that, because if I'm being so honest, I don't know anything about mechanics or how to build a subclass, so I would just throw that out. Okay, so let's do this together actually. If we had Warlock Pact of the Glitch, what would that make other potential modern subclasses be? Like a monk pact of the, oh god, I don't know. I'm thinking like a high tech setting. Nasser says, whoa, I saw your soul. Oh, with the prolonged eye contact, sorry. Dude, that was one thing that was nice about going to the eye doctor is like they told me I had really big eyes and so it made it really easy to measure where they should be for my like glasses and shit. So that was kind of nice. Hacker Rogue would be sick. That's a good one. Pact of the Glitch Warlock. Pact of the Ragebait Barbarian, says DVCU. Oh my god. Pact of the like fucking misinformation misinformation bard, or like Pact of Virality bard would be cool. Lucas says Pact of the Road Rage Barbarian. Hacker Rogue is a really fucking good idea. I feel like I need to write this down. Hold on. Also, Palpatine Smith says there used to be legitimate novels that would get published for each non-core set. I don't know when they stopped. The Brothers War era was all about Dominaria versus Phyrexia. What the fuck is Dominaria and why does it sound so hot? Fighter IT Help Desk, says Akoto. Brain Rot Bard. Let me do this. I'm gonna get rid of my commands here for a sec and add existing commands list. This is not a thing anymore. I mean, it is. People are still raising money for Blaze. They're just doing it on Project Medusa's channel. So, Pact of the Glitch Warlock. I like, oh my god, College of Virality Bard. All about psychological damage. Bard Influencer. Yeah, College of Virality Bard, I think makes a lot of sense for that. There was another one. Oh my god. Hacker Rogue. What else? Let me move this so you guys can actually see. So we need Fighter, we need Druid. What would Druid even be? Urban Cityscaping? Or like Circle of the Streets? She's for the streets. What else? Dominaria was Earth in the Magic universe until they started moving to other planes. Oh shit, so like humans. Druid Circle of Urban Decay? Oh shit. Circle of the Urban Druid, or maybe there's gotta be a better word than streets. Like Circle of the City Block. I don't know. Let's see. Circle of the Vermin? That's pretty good. Greenpeace Revenge Druid. Circle of the Streets, said someone else. What about for, okay, Barbarian and Fighter are gonna be hard. What about Cleric? Strange Miniature says, I thought you said Circle of the, oh wait, I read that already. Also, Can't Hit Nothing. Welcome in, welcome back. Circle of the Concrete. Ooh, Circle of the, wait, hold on, what else do we need? Paladin, Cleric, Paladin, what am I missing? Artificer, Barbarian, Fighter. Is that all of them? No, Monk. And then Wizard. God, there's so many classes. Holy fuck. Okay. I feel like I'm... Well, we can set that aside as well. Chadbarian. Paladin, cryptocurrency Paladin is awful. The fucking Oath of the Day Trader. Ugh. Circle of the Geese. Artificer of Tech Support. Urbanomancer Wizard. Ooh. But I'm kind of thinking more like technology based. So not just like the city in itself. Ooh. What if it's like a Neon Mancy Wizard? So something that works with specifically the visual part of technology. So pixels, neon signs, cyberpunk, stuff like that. Druid Circle of the Silicon. Yeah, I hail from the Silicon Valley. Artificer Drone Operator. Ooh, that's a good one. Artificer, so like Surveillance Artificer. Surveillance Artificer is a very good one. Akoto sounds like that straight up, that one character from Infamous Second Son. Also, Lucas says this is just straight up turning into Mage of the Ascension. Oh shit, sorry. Circle of the Dispensary Druid. Circle of the Dispensary Cleric, perhaps. the cleric who's the, what is it? Oh my god, they're not called circles, they're not called oaths. What's the cleric subclass called again? I swear I play this game. Luddite Barbarian. Keyword Barbarian. Surveillance Specialist Artificer is a good one. I'm stealing that from Drone Specialist. So, there we go. Cleric of the Wi-Fi domain. Oh my god, Connection Cleric! Yeah! Wait, that's a really good one. Connection domain. And that would have a lot to do with, oh almost like abjuration magic, if that makes sense, and like making sure that people can share hit points, share protections, things like that. I think that's really cool. Especially when you think about, God, the rituals they could do. Ah, that's sick. Snooksy says, hey Diana, how you doing? Hey, I'm good. Okay, I think that's all we got. Oop, there we are. What else were we talking about? We were talking about something entirely different from this. We were talking about like Magic the Gathering. We could also hop into a game if you guys wanted to. Path of the Bouncer Barbarian. Oh my God. Or Brute Force Hacker Barbarian. Barbarian Bounty Hunter. Oh, having an intelligence-based barbarian would be kind of fun too. Or like a barbarian that spends their time, but in an urban setting, Bouncer makes sense. Or like protection barbarian makes sense. So bodyguard, maybe? Peeked at Paladin Oath of the HOA. Oh my God. Ugh. We could do, let me make this a little bit smaller at least, so it's not taking up so much of my screen. I like the Oath, or the Path of, Path of Protection Barbarian? Path of Bouncing? Path of something. PGH says, what's getting brainstormed? I thought about the idea of having like a Oath of the Glitch Warlock as off of one of your guys' comments, and now I'm just thinking about like cyberpunk D&D subclasses. So like, you know, Neon Mancy Wizard, Path of the, ooh, the Ward Keeper Barbarian. Everything to do with protecting someone else. But that means I want Paladin to not have protection be a thing, because I really don't want Paladin to be like the standard shield for everyone else, you know? RG says the Bouncer. He wears sunglasses and says you cannot come in. But yeah, Path of the Are You on the List Barbarian? What else? Well, I guess we're also missing Monk Fighter. Just Monk Fighter and Paladin. Am I missing other subclasses, by the way? I feel like I am. But what would a monk be in this day and age? Also, Crazy says, speaking of intelligence barb, I've been working on my own Path of the Mind render, doing psychic damage to extra targets. Oh, and Ranger! Shit, you're so right. I totally forgot Ranger. Oh God, what would a Ranger be? But a Ranger in an urban setting, I almost want to make it like a nighttime Ranger? Or a cyberspace Ranger? Yeah, a Ranger, God, what are they called? It's not oaths, it's not paths. Fuck me. It's not a domain, what is it called? Cyber Stalker, that's a good one. Nah, that sounds a little too dangerous. Cyber, Cyber something Ranger. Cyber Warden Ranger? Cyber Security Ranger. That's a good one. I like that. Cyber Hunter, Cyber Security. And then a monk, people are saying, would be not reliant on technology. So a way of the... Ooh, way of the... What's the term for being off the grid? Or like not reliant on technology? Someone is saying protest. Someone says Spec Ops Sniper. Ooh, that would be a cool one. Way of the Wire Cutter. That's a good one. A Way of the Wire Cutter. Something that like cuts off other people's technology and makes it so that you have to like, they have to stop relying on their technology so much. Almost the same way that you would be a mage hunter in D&D, but you're cutting off access to technology instead. That's really cool. You just made Amish ninja, says Roly Poly. What about Fighter? Fighter and Paladin. These are the hard ones. Girl with the Pie is heading off to the party. Have a good birthday, Girl with the Pie. Thanks for being here. Mage Hunter needs to be a full class. It really does. Paladin, Oath of the Firewall. Ooh, Oath of the Firewall's not bad. I feel like we should make Paladin not protective though. Way of the Shock Knuckles. I kind of want Paladin to be more aggressive in the sense of like pushing technology on people. Way of the fucking cable package, or Oath of the Cable Package Paladin. Maybe I could make the Paladin Oath of Connection, and then the Cleric could be Oath of the VPN, Oath of the All-Powerful AI. Paladin could be like downloading mods instead of Divine Smite. Ooh, Oath of the Hacker Paladin. No, but Hacker Rogue is already a thing. So Oath of the Blue Screen, the Circuit Breaker Fighter. Wait, that's a good one. Oath of the App, Oath of the Public Wi-Fi. Paladin could be Hacker. Oath of the Pyramid Scheme. So if we make Paladin the Hacker though, what does that make the Rogue? Because I feel like Hacker Rogue kind of makes more sense. Oath of Logic, Oath of the Motherboard. Ooh, oh my god, yeah, Oath of the Motherboard. So it deals with like the hardware side of things a little bit more. I like that. That's really cool. Okay. And then that also lends to like physical armor on things. The last one is Fighter. Crypto Thief. A pen test scheme. A cat thief rogue. I mean, I don't know, I kind of like Hacker as is, especially because it could also lead to the whole cryptocurrency thing. Also, I've missed all of our new followers. Hi, Can't Hit Nothing, Mech-E, and YYXXCC22. It's good to have you guys. Thanks for being here. Brain Dancer Rogue, Lovable Simon, hello, hello. Or Keyboard Warrior. Oh, the Paladin's a PC games purist. Well, as you should be, you know. What else? I definitely need one more fighter. Fuck me. Circuit Breaker, someone mentioned, was a good idea. So like Circuit Breaker Fighter. Something where you harness electricity in a way. Ooh, maybe like a wire breaker fighter. That's a lot of R's, actually. A wire bender. I'm trying to think of like overloading circuits, using lightning damage to your abilities, the best of your abilities, or maybe something about the tactics of certain types of technology. So maybe like, oh my gosh, the your martial archetype. Short Circuit Fighter. Short Circuit Fighter is a very good one. Let's do that. I like that. A System Crash Fighter, a Short Circuit Fighter. These are cool. I like this. Thanks, guys. This is a great idea. This might be my next video, honestly. Akoto also wants me to hydrate. I could do that. Captain Obvious. It's lovely to have you. Thanks for being here. Same with Eugene Stoner. If you're actually from Eugene, then I believe it. Also, Lucas says, okay, so where will we be able to buy this new supplement book? Oh God, I have no idea. Also, Mr. Max says Oath of Surveillance Paladin. We do have that for Artificer, where it's like an Artificer Surveiller. Let me take a screenshot. Actually, if I take a screenshot, it's gonna get lost in my screenshots folder. Chat, smile. I'm gonna take a picture of my... I'm gonna take a picture of you because I know it's the most ghetto screenshot ever. I just need to get this down, so please smile. And I'm gonna take a picture of my screen so that way I don't forget to do this. Akoto, that's not a smile. Aw, you guys are so sweet. Wait, like, let me take an actual photo. Wait, stop fighting me. What is all the... Where are all the swords? Put the swords away. School of the Arcane Institute of Technomancy, also known as AIT. Lucas says we can literally screenshot it and put it in Discord. Yeah, fine, but then it'll be on Discord. I need it on my phone for when I film for myself. Anyway, what were we doing? We weren't doing anything. We were just yapping this time. I already showed off my magic cards. My TikTok live is going down due to inactivity. There we go. Unable to verify? What do you mean? I am a human. Haha. There we are. Let's see. I also have... What else? Nothing else. We're good. Thought I was missing something. Cash said I sent a DM, screenshot to your DMs. Ah, thank you, Cash. Also, RGB says, what about a Blood Hunter? Ooh, that's a good idea. So a Blood Hunter would be more like ooh, I almost want to say like a CIA agent in a sense, where they're hunting down specific people. Blood Hunter. Let's see. What's the Special Forces Blood Hunter? Maybe? Like just a cop, essentially. Oh, goodness. Also, Bug Hunter. Blood Hunter Analyst. Okay, I don't know if I want to do Analyst, only because Analyst, at least where I'm from, is the lowest tier on a corporate ladder. The Cyborg. Ooh, a Cyborg Blood Hunter is a good one. Oh, shit, yeah. Hold on. Special Forces Blood Hunter. No, Cyborg Blood Hunter. That's a really good idea. Undercover Operative Blood Hunter. I do want to think about like the whole compromising your humanity aspect too, though, and make sure that's not lost. Also, N says analyst is such an overused term. It is. I remember when I was an analyst back in the day. And then, dude, there were people who were, so I work in a certain department of my company, and people in the accounting department of that same company had financial analysts. And the financial analysts got mad that I was a insert blank here analyst in a completely separate department doing a totally separate thing, because they didn't like the fact that they argued that I should be able to do taxes and shit if I have analyst in my name. And I'm like, that's not what that means. But okay, we ended up changing it to specialist. So a DMCA Blood Hunter. Oh my god. Strange Miniature says universal soldier style. This has been a solid, productive fucking episode. I wasn't expecting to actually do planning of any variety, but let's see. Okay, to recap, we have, this is a cyberpunk setting, right? Like a futuristic technology rules everything setting that we are working with. And we're trying to break a little bit outside the boundaries of what you'd expect every class to normally be. Like every the paladins aren't just going to be the protective types and things like that. We have Oath of the Glitch Warlock, or Pact of the Glitch Warlock, the College of Virality Bard, a Hacker Rogue, a Circle of the Streets Druid. I feel like we could work on Druid a little bit. I feel like that one's a little too obvious. But Circle of the Streets makes sense, or Circle of the Skyscrapers, maybe? Connection Domain Cleric, Oath of the Motherboard Paladin, Surveillance Specialist Artificer, Path of the Ward Keeper Barbarian, Ward Keeper. So the Barbarian is more the protective class. The Short Circuit Fighter, the Cybersecurity Ranger, the Way of the Wire Cutter Monk, which doesn't use technology, the Neon Mancy Wizard, and then the Cyborg Blood Hunter. God, this is such a good idea. Circle of the City or Circle of the Corporation? That's possible. Circle of the City. Help Desk Cleric. Also, Thituration, I forget how to pronounce your name, says there's a weird debate in my field between the job title mechanic or technician. I use them interchangeably. I would use it interchangeably too, honestly. Circle of Steel. Circle of the City Druid. I feel like kind of encompasses all of that, because I do want it to be where they have certain advantages and certain population densities and whatnot. Circle of the Net, like internet. Maybe, but I can't imagine how that would translate to Wild Shape is the only thing. Also, people are saying I'm just imagining Batman Beyond right now. Strange Miniature says Circle of the Router. Yeah, but that's kind of what the Oath of the Glitch or the Pact of the Glitch Warlock would be, or the Hacker Rogue would be. Circle of the Web. I'm still trying to make sure it's still like connected to their ability to wild shape, if that makes sense. I don't know. I think that seems good. I think we'll call it there. I'm gonna take another picture just in case I forget to check Discord. Here we are. Wild shape into spiders. That'd be cool. That's a good one. Oh, Circle of the Customer Support. I don't want my players to hate themselves is the only thing. Circle of the Trojan Horse is crazy. Oh. Circle of the Geese Druid exclusively transforms into other stronger Canadian geese. Have you guys seen the Goose Hydra? Here, where is it? Yeah, Goose Hydra. This is a thing that someone had turned into a proper like stat block. And then I also saw a Megusa cosplay at Gen Con. Circle of the Sewer, Circle of the Karen. Oh my gosh. Hi, Bubba. Welcome in. Yeah, this little guy, a little goose hydra, which is the scariest fucking thing. The fact that it can fly, absolutely not. Oh my gosh, is this an actual thing? From Wilds of Eldraine? No, this can't be a thing. The Goose Mother? There's no way this is an actual card. Hold on, Scryfall, answer me. Goose Mother. This is a real card, holy shit. A legendary bird hydra creature. Oh, whoa. What the fuck was this Wilds of Eldraine shit about? Wilds of Eldraine. Can I, like, click on this? Oh, shit, I can. Oh. Oh, whoa. This was the, fuck, what do you call it? This was their fairy tale thing, wasn't it? This is real? Crazy. HG says it's one big chicken. Also, RG says, maybe the Circle of the City Druid is the only one that can wild shape into a Rat King. Yeah, full circle back to Rat King. Circle of microtransactions. Dude, Circle of the Pyramid Scheme is 100% got some potential there. Let me also adjust my framing a little bit here, because that seems a little off. There we are. Perfect. Yeah, this is adorable. I forgot this was a thing. I feel like I used to have one of these as well. Plunge into Winter, A Tale for Ages, Stroke of Midnight. This must have been so much fun to come up with, too. There's a lot of ice in these blue cards as well. Mocking Sprite. Ventress Transmuter. Ooh. Oh, yeah, what are the black cards like? Candy Grapple. That is insane. Ego Drain? This is such a cool looking card. Holy shit. I don't even know what this is referencing anymore. It's just cool. Oh, Circle of the Bot Calls. Oh god, yeah, we didn't really touch on phones much. Also, Viper says I have a Goose Hydra Mini from the One Honk Before Midnight RPG. The what? One Honk Before Midnight. A Goose-based TTRPG that is currently on Kickstarter from the Pocket Workshop. What the fuck? You are determined to usher in the Honk-pocalypse and reestablish an era dominated by geese. But these evil humans are determined not to make it easy for you. One Honk Before Midnight is set in the idyllic town of Stafford-on-Gander. Crazy. And it uses its own system, the Honk system, which is rules light and chaos heavy. Heroism, observation, nimbleness, and chaos with a K are your 4 stats that determine your gooseliness. Does this mean you can play as different, like, breeds of goose? Is that where this is going? Oh my gosh, okay. Also, Average Gamer, hello, hello. N says you should look up Thoughtseize. I love its artwork. Ooh. Hold on. Scryfall. I rely on this website way too much. Thoughtseize? I misspelled seize, didn't I? Yep, I know how to spell seize. E before I, because it doesn't make fucking sense. Ooh. Oh, that's cool. It's giving like Pan's Labyrinth. Like that exact same sort of fairy style. What else is in here? Oh, this is like some crazy art. Hello? Oh, I hate that, but I kind of love it. Why is it all white? This is incredibly scary. What the fuck? Also, Palpatine's Fist says the newer art for Bitter Blossom is probably my favorite. Bitter Blossom. Oh. Oh, this is fucking pretty. Is this from the same set? It is from the same set. There is some crazy art in this set. Holy shit. Disfigure, I remember Disfigure. This is some of my favorite art ever. Damnation looks cool. Oh, this is so sick. The fairies are also just evil looking. Surgical Extraction? Oh. Oh, I kind of love it. Holy fuck. Circle of the BioWare Druid. That's a good one. Except it calls to mind BioWare, the game company. We do also have the Cyborg Blood Hunter, if that makes sense. Also, Matt says, look at this nerd reading nerd stuff. Hi, Matt. Circle of the Sewer Druid. I kind of wanted to extend it to more than just the sewer, though. God, this is sick. Living Lightning. Anything with an Aurora, I'm just a sucker for. Oh, this is cool. Also, Brittany, our son, Sweetie. Oh my God, hi. Did you guys coordinate that? Hello, hi to both of you. How are you guys? Holy shit. Sweetie and Brent, good to see you. Hello, hello. Thank you so much for raiding in. Circle the Urban Jungle Druid. We were just talking about different, you guys might like this, different subclasses that we could put into a cyberpunk setting of D&D, so make it a little bit more modernized. 100 Titanic Clover. Hi, Bluebell, Roger. Good to see you. Hello, you guys. Welcome in, welcome in. If you don't know me, I'm Dinah Faye. I also do D&D stuff. I am also a nerd. We were literally just staring at Magic the Gathering cards, but pay no mind to that. I swear I do normal D&D stuff. We're talking, I just said it. I'm not going to say it again. Sweetie says we did. We were streaming together. We want to send love your way. Thank you so much. You guys are so sweet. Oh my God. I can't. Let me do a quick shout out. Bryn. Oh my God. Am I going to be able to? Yeah, there. With the Y. Bryniersa. Because this one is unlimited. And then shout out Bardic Sweet Tea. Hello. Don't forget to follow both those people, you guys, if you're in here. Circle the Stray Cat is cute. Also, Rodder, hi! And then Laces360, thank you so much for the sub with Prime. Let me add you to the board of people helping me pay for my eyes. Laces, thank you so much. Let me see. I'll add you down here. Laces360, lovely to have ya. Let's see, HD says she's lying to you, Run. That's not true. I'd never lied in my life. Circle of the Zoo. Dude, old menageries and the concept of old menageries is so underutilized. Like, I've talked a little bit about the concept of druids being, like, potentially, like, druids and rangers, right? They know a lot about their situations. Rangers know how to defeat certain types of creatures. Can you imagine if a druid was the same way, where you knew how to wild shape because you had peeled apart the bodies of creatures that you've hunted and you studied them so intensely that you just know how their physiology works, and that helps you like do a more efficient wild shape? Also, Sweet Tea wants me to hydrate. I should hydrate. Monk, Path of Parkour. I mean, their Slowfall kind of gives them that anyway, I feel like. Or Circle of the Safari. Dude, has anyone ever been to like one of those drive-through safaris? Pretty fucking cool. Anyway, what was I talking about? We should probably wrap up, right? And Thuration says, I think 3.5 had something like that. Also, Lil Kirby says, are you on Twitch right now? We are. And Sean says, Goose Mother has a ton of cards connected to it. Really? Can you do like a Goose deck? Is a Goose deck a thing? Please tell me a Goose deck is a thing in Magic the fucking Gathering. Because you guys have rat decks and shit, right? Oh my God, that would be so fun. Circle the Mortician, yeah. Sparrow, hey, saying how's everyone doing today? We're doing good, we're vibing. Necromantic Cyber Harvester. Oh, Circle of Eco-Terrorism. I feel like Circle of Eco-Terrorism is kind of a given with just druids in general. Also, Palpatine's Fist says, just made me imagine a druid serial killer who's essentially Leatherface. Can you imagine a druid that is actually just really good at shapeshifting specifically? Like, you can't do creatures, but you can specifically shapeshift into, I guess that's just a changeling. Actually, I was about to be like, yeah, it'd be so cool if you could change into other creatures, as if that's not, or to other people, as if that's not already a thing. No, it just says a rat with rat deck. Is that a thing? And tribal decks are the best vibes. Guys, I'm new here. I don't know what a tribal deck is. What does that mean? No, it's just as I love my cleric deck. It's my entire personality. So I've seen, let me see. Can you do like spider decks? Can you literally just pick a creature type and have it be a deck? Because I know we've looked at like hydras before, where it's like type hydra. Hydra, not a hypedra. Hydra. Please. Please. There we go. So you can just get like a fuck ton of hydras together and then make that a thing. Right? God, a snake hydra, a plant hydra. Another snake hydra, just default basic bitch hydras. A hydra avatar called Progenitus? No way. If Progenitus would put it to graveyard, reveal it and shuffle it into its owner's library. It has protection from everything. I don't know what that means, but that's cool. Data Wave Elementalist. That'd be a sick one. We had a like neon, oh God, what was it? Neonmancy wizard, I believe. RG says maybe a Circle the City druid that can wild shape into higher CR versions of lower CR urban creatures. So going from cats and dogs and rats, etc. Yeah, and that would be the direct line between rats and the Rat King, right? Also, Palpatine's Fist says, yes, you could for the most part. Some tribes get more love and support than others. Looking at you, humans. Oh, I see. Also, Bardic Sweet Jesus, I've played Magic literally twice. I know nothing about this conversation. I don't know either. I'm new here. I just got into the hobby and immediately spent like so much money on stuff for it, which ain't great, but the binder is nice and soft and leathery and it has my logo on it, so I'm happy. I'm actually a fake fan. I got into Magic just so I could spend money and not actually go anywhere with it, so people are saying all paths lead to the Rat King. Okay. Someone else mentioned the stream having echo. Oh no, let's get rid of that. But we are heading off anyway. It's about time to skedaddle. Thank you guys so much for hanging out and for chatting with me and just yapping. We might be back to gameplay tomorrow. We might also just yap some more. Who cares? Who knows? But Aries is currently doing a subathon. Our lovely friend Aries, who is, I think, watching K-pop Demon Hunters or something. He says it's called iPad Kid Time, but the Bloom launch is coming up, and so to help celebrate, we're gonna launch into his stream and just kind of vibe with him. He's an amazing human being, so please tell him I said hello. For those on TikTok, I'll say goodbye to you here, and for those on YouTube, I will see you also tomorrow at 5 o'clock Pacific time, at which point we will continue our stream. So thank you guys so much for hanging out, and bye-bye.